What is going on, everybody? Got some neat custom stuff gonna start happening today. Working on a pickup project for something that I've never done before. So I'm gonna take you along for the ride for that. Doing a couple other things too. These will come out in this weekend's drop. Check this out. A super legit multicam with the old vintage Dylan Talks Tone logo on there, or Dylan Pickups logo on there. That's our original logo, which is pretty sweet. Just taking some stills for the website for that. And then of course we've got the Sasquatch hat in a, I can't remember what they call this camouflage, but anyway, so those two will be dropping. Limited number. I think we only have 5 of each or something, so those will probably go pretty quick. So that's happening this weekend. Out here cutting new flat work for the old Telecaster Pickups. So that's cool. I made so many Telecaster Pickups lately that we're running out of that stuff. The other thing we've got going is obviously humbucker covers you can't do on CO2 laser. So we've got another little thing for that. I'll show you what's going on there. So what you saw there was the bottoms. So now we're going to cut the tops for the old Telecaster bridge pickups. So that's what's happening there. While that's doing that, I'm going to show you a project that I'm working on, and then we've got one more drop also that I want to show you for this weekend. So we're going to do bronze topped P90s. We're going to do a couple sets of these, just a couple sets. So they're going to be, this is our normal P90, right? You'd put a regular plastic cover over it. And then this goes over it. However, before we do that, we've got these bronze, this is actually a bronze mesh that we have to lay over a butt. We cut it out manually. I can't do this on the laser, so we manually cut this out. And then I have to punch the holes, and we have to wax pot the pickup first, and then I have to take the screws back out and then put it all together again. So once the wax gets hot here, we'll wax pot these special drop pickups, and then I'll assemble them and I'll show them to you. And I guess while that's getting wax potted, let me show you the other new little hotness that we're doing on this limited drop this weekend is these flower patterned. We've got 2 different patterns I'll show you here. This is totally assembled. So this is a Super 8. So you'll be able to get this in a Super 8, a DAF, or a center punch, or a Thruxton actually. We're going to make them available in 4 different. They're bridge pickups, but we could do them in a set, I guess. But right now we only have 2 available. So there's going to be a super limited drop bridge pickup. Super cool stuff. So this is something that we're able to do on the laser. So there's one pattern, and then this one is the other pattern. So just a little bit different flower pattern. We'll have the good stills for this on the website, but super neat. We're only going to do a couple of these at a time because they are very time intensive to do. We're going to price them fairly, though. I'm not going to make sure people will still want them because they're cool. Well, those are cool. Custom bronze mesh P90s. So we're going to make, I don't know, 3 or 4 sets of these. These will drop this Saturday too. So this has got the plastic protective on it, but I'm going to use this one for the photo, clean it up and use it for the photo. They're kind of a pain, you know. You got to cut up the mesh by hand because it's really the only way to do it, and then you have to line everything up and punch the holes, and then make sure that when you torque the screws down that you don't twist the mesh. It's a bit of a project, but they look really cool, and hopefully you all will dig them. Of course, they're just our regular P90s that sound amazing, but they friggin' look amazing. Super cool. All right, so here is the project at hand. This is a Texas Toast. I think they call these their daily driver, which is basically like a telecopy. They don't really make these anymore except for every once in a while. But as you'll notice, this is sort of a weird deal. There's no knobs. It literally is a pickup wired to the jack. This is sort of one of those joke kind of things that Matt always talks about from Texas Toast where he, oh, look at the dots being offset like that. That's cool. Matt always talks about, well, you really need is no knobs. You just wire it straight to the jack, which is kind of funny. I dig that a lot. And then also, here, let me flip this around. Of course, it says Johnny Switchblade in the pickguard. So this is a guitar that actually belongs to a friend of mine, Doug. And he dropped it off to me. He lives in Florida, but he was up here and he dropped it off and he said, you know, I'd like to put a neck pickup in it, but I want to put I don't want to mess up this pickguard, right? Because it's just kind of a custom one-off thing, sort of fun. So we're going to put a set of flat 6 pickups in it, but what we want to do is instead of doing a flat 6, we want to put an under pickguard pickup in here. So what we'll do is we'll take the pickguard off, and then we're going to actually route a hole for a pickup that's going to fit underneath here. Now here's the thing though. All right, so here is this neck pickup, and we could put this underneath the pickguard. The problem is this distance from here to here is pretty far, and we can't just wind it hotter because then the pickup will sound like crap. You can't just, you know, a hotter pickup isn't just hotter. It changes everything, how it sounds. So we got to compensate for sound or for, you know, for this pickup height discrepancy somehow, right? So we can route the hole, we can put it in the guitar, but then it's so far away, is it really gonna work? Here, let me magnetize this pickup really quick. I just took this off the machine. Let me magnetize this and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we've got our gauge meter here. Let's see what the gauge of this magnet is right on. It should be somewhere around 1200. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so then if we raise the gauge meter up to a regular string height, which is going to be somewhere right in this area, see, it goes away exponentially. So it's not a linear measurement. So if we go straight on the center of this magnet and we get somewhere around 1200, okay, so there we go. So now if we move it in like a 1/16 of an inch away, it goes down 200. If we move it an 1/8 inch away, it goes down to 400. If we move it a 1/4 inch away, it goes down to about 100. See how it like exponentially drops off. It's very interesting. So now we're at regular string height and we're at 124. So what we need to do is, let's figure this out really quick. If we're going to be underneath the pickguard, we're going to be at like, let's see. Oh, hang on. Inch. All right, so if we're going to be underneath the pickguard, if we go all the way down to the body, because it's going to be underneath the pickguard, right? So we can't count the pickguard. Then that means our string height is going to be somewhere at, in the neighborhood of, or our pickup height is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1/2 of an inch. Okay, so, and for those of you metric folks, that's going to be 13.5 millimeters, which is pretty dang far. Let's go look at what the gauge strength of this magnet is at 1/2 inch. All right, so let me go back to the measurement that I had here. It was like 53 thousandths. So we'll put that there to get this as accurate as possible. I'll move this out of the way in a second. Let me just get this. Whoop. Of course it's gonna stick. No, come on. All right, I'm gonna have to eyeball this a little bit so the stupid thing doesn't stick to it. Okay, so here we are. So now we're at 61, okay? If we go down to normal string height, we're at 150. See how it doubles? So we're at 61 and we'd like to be somewhere around 150 or 200. But here's the thing, a pickup is not just about gauge strength, right? It's also about what the rest of the pickup is doing. Winding wise, the height of the bobbin matters. So this is it's like a sliding scale of a bunch of different kind of reactions here that lead us to a pickup that sounds good. So we can't just put, you know, more winds on it. We can't just put a stronger magnet in it. We need to kind of play around with this. So I'm waiting on UPS right now, but when it gets here, I'm going to show you what I got coming to see if we can come up with something interesting. All right, so UPS just got here. And we got what I was hoping for. So let's just check this out. Let's get over here to gauze. Now this is a magnet that might work. What is it right on it? Ooh, 5,000, holy smokes. But if we come up here to 1/2 inch, what are we at? 105. See, this might actually work. So, these are neodyms. I don't usually use neodyms. The way magnets work is, let's see, I don't want to lose these. The way magnets work is their magnetism in these kind of applications are dependent on a couple things. When they're actually magnetized like this, is the length of the magnet will make a difference and the diameter of the magnet will make a difference. So if we look at this one, so this is a larger diameter. So if you think of like a Seymour Duncan 1/4 pounder with a 1/4 inch magnet instead of a 195 or a 187, now it's up to a 250. So this magnet is way thicker. And so it's gonna be right on it. It's gonna be about 100 more than the other one. And the rate of decay as it goes further away is gonna be stronger. So we're gonna have to do some experimenting. There's a couple things that are gonna have to happen. In the next video, what we're gonna do is we're going to cut some custom flat work and press together some experimental bobbins. And then, I don't know if we'll get it done in the next video, but we're gonna wind some experimental pickups. We're gonna put them in to the guitar and we're gonna see how it works. And if it works, then, I don't know, we'll just have to see. These are not cheap. These magnets are not cheap, so we'll just have to see how it goes. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. This is going to be an interesting design experiment that I want to take you along with me for. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.